One of the first things that you want to do in using Photoshop is obviously to become familiar with the environment. And there is a lot of functionality when it comes to Photoshop. And so one of the ways you can access the functionality or the tools of this application is through the menu bar. And so you want to become first familiar with the menu bar. And if you go up to the top and just click on File, for example, and you have the drop-down menu, you're going to see that from there you can create a new document. You can open an existing document. You can browse for an image, for example. That's one of the things that you can do. Coming down here, you can see some of these things are grayed out because they're not available since nothing is open at this point. You can import different images. You can actually do different functions that will actually automate different functions within Photoshop. We're not going to cover that in this course. You have under the edit menu, you can do different things there as well. As far as undoing an image, you can cut, you can copy, you can paste, you can clear, you can fill, you could create a stroke within an image. Under image, you can, from there, you can create a color mode, do color adjustments. You can duplicate, you can, again, adjust an image size or a canvas size within Photoshop. And under the layers menu bar, or under the drop down rather, you have a lot of different functionalities, and we're going to cover these more as we go through the course. You can select images. You have the filter drop down menu where you have a lot of artistic effects that you can apply to an image in Photoshop. And again, Photoshop has a lot of functionality, and we're not going to be covering all that in this course, but we're really be covering the basics of what you can do to really to be on the fast track to using Photoshop. You can analyze different things. You can sample areas within a document. You can use a ruler tool. You have a count tool. You can also view. You can zoom in, zoom out. And so with Photoshop, you really need to start at the menu bar and click on each word and then look at the drop-down menu and see what are the different things that I can do within Photoshop. And within the Windows drop-down menu, you have a lot of things. You have action. You can do animation if you need to. We're not going to cover that in this course. You can look at the brushes and channels. You can bring up different palettes, like the character palette. And so under the Windows drop-down, there is a place where you can actually access a lot of the palettes within Photoshop. For example, if I click on paragraph, it's going to bring up the paragraph dialog box. I can also click on the history, and that will bring up what we call a history dialog box. And then, of course, you always have the help. If you need to have a little bit more help in figuring something of specific nature in Photoshop, then simply click on the help drop-down menu and click in search, and that will aid you in answering your question. And so in a nutshell, this is the Photoshop menu bar. You want to spend a little bit of time investigating that, and we're going to be covering some of those functionality as we go through the course. But this is the Photoshop menu bar, and so we're going to now move on to the next lecture and learn some more about Photoshop.